Alright, so it's time for another video of Rhino.
The name is Rhino.
The Ford Focus. So, things to do. We've already vinyl wrapped, sprayed the wheels, which we'll show you more in depth. And we want to tint the windows eventually. I think that'll be real nice. And this little cubby holder works good for napkins, just in case you didn't know. But this is annoying. It's old. It's out of date. It works okay. But with all the podcasts I like to listen to, with the digital music I like to listen to, with the many hours that I'm expecting to be writing in this unit, that needs to change. Now, there's some options that you can do. It has auxiliary. But as far as I've looked, as far as I found, there is not an auxiliary port on this machine. But I haven't taken it out yet either. So, but it does say it plays MP3s, and that reminds me I need to get a CD out of here. It is a 60 CD changer. But it does, you have to buy this actual connector to be able to do all that. So, I've decided to eliminate this and go to my favorite stereo shop, Crutchfield, and buy the appropriate stereo. Now, just with the supply chain issues and everything, there's been some issues. There's like, I don't know, 4 pages, 160 radios that will fit this car, but you've got to be right on it, or you've got to wait on a waiting list. So selection was a little bit slim. Now, I did find out that I actually could have gone to Walmart and got all the same stuff here and got a Pioneer single DIN for a smidge cheaper. But what we went ahead and did was went with a Boss, a little bit lower name level, Boss, Pile, etc. Unit to try. And that's before I'd gone to Walmart, unfortunately. I think it was going to be like a Kenwood or something for, I think it was $75 with Bluetooth, etc. And the CD player. I'm old school, I like CDs. This one has a DVD player, so long term I can run a wire and run a DVD player off there if I want to. So I think the biggest thing is just grounding, making a ground. I'm not going to plan on doing that right now. We're just going to get it set up to replace this. But it is touchscreen, it's Bluetooth, CD, etc. It's got the auxiliary port, which I'm not planning on needing to use. But I haven't even opened it up yet, and I don't have any keys, and it's got tape on there. Anyways, so what we've got, so for 160 and change, I think 61 or something like that with taxes and everything. We've got the Metro. No, this is American International. We've got the this for 2005 to 07 double DIN mounting kit. Then we've got our Metro wire connectors. So that'll be cool. Gonna have that. And then we got the Boss stereo, Boss Elite. Ooh. So this is BV 755B. So, but anyways, Crutchfield's always great to work with, and I'll show you. Thankfully, that they've gotten wise too. Instead of sending the physical paper installation instructions, they'll send you the PDF, or send you the access to the PDF. So that's real handy. Thankfully, this one looks super simple. If I remember correctly, you pop off. Take your screwdriver, pop this out. I'll have to move this stuff. Pop this out, and then I think you got 4 7mm screws to get all that. So it looks really, really simple. So hopefully, I don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. Look at that! Cool. Pretty fancy on the back there with all of our connections. Yeah. So that'll be cool. I think this will be nice for multiple reasons, but yeah, look at that. Nice little knob. Yeah, that'll be perfect. Got a little door there for all the, yep, so there you go. Little access for USB and the auxiliary. So it probably will be easier just to run most everything either off a small USB or to stick in a big multi. Yeah, but that's it's pretty nifty. I like it. This label must be removed by the end user. Okay. Sure. All right. Driver must not view videos and or play games while driving. Man. This media player is designed to be used only when the vehicle is in park and the parking brake is fully engaged. Okay. Parking brake lockout feature must be fully installed and operable prior to use. The parking brake lockout feature must not be interrupted or neutralized by A. Partially engaging the parking brake, or B. Purchasing using any device or any unit designed to send necessary brake signals to defeat the lockout feature. Please read the installation owner's manual regarding installation safety features prior to use. Abide all local, state, federal laws. Boy, that's scary. So apparently, if I read that correctly, I'm supposed to do what? Oh, I'm not supposed to watch videos while I drive. Rats. Why'd they put a DVD player in there then? So I can watch videos while I'm stuck in traffic? Doesn't make sense, my friend. It doesn't make sense. Alright, so I'm going to go look at the instructions, and we're going to go wire this up at the table there, and go from there. And we're gonna look at the instructions. I know, terrible, but we're gonna look at the instructions. All right, so just pulling up the master sheet. So here we go. There you go. They send you the PDF there. 05 to 07 Ford Focus. Give you the description of what tools you need for wire splicing guide, rear subwoofer, speakers, receiver, removal, etc. So, set the parking brake, etc., move gear, etc., etc. So yeah, it looks like we just slide a screwdriver in there, pop off our plate, and do 4 7mm screws. So we're going to work on doing that first. Alright, so we got the appropriate tools. Let's see how this goes. There's a plug device that you can buy to plug in right here that will enable you to have auxiliary power, which is kind of cool. And they're relatively cheap to get, and then, like they said, you can just run it right over here into your glove box, etc. But as you can see, this one did not come with that. But look at that huge gaping hole. I mean, that really sets you up nice to be able to adapt whatever to use. So, pretty cool. But yeah, then you got these plastic pieces, so we'll set those up, I believe. Check the instructions out. But yeah, that will probably sit up onto the new stereo to be able to mount that in there. So I'm going to keep this just in case for some weird reason I need to sell the car or whatever, and I'll still be able to have a good double din stereo. So, but anyways, old one's out. Time to do the prep to get the new one in. But yeah, it definitely helps be able to pull that back and so forth. But pretty easy so far. And pretty clean in there too, I might add. Hello! Alright, so we're here. We got our white paint for some reason. I don't know what that's there. Anyways, so car harness. And thankfully car harness has descriptions on our wires. But it's also got a nice cheat sheet on the Metra back of the case too, and then the harness from the Boss stereo has everything labeled here as well. You've got the steering wheel controls, you've got these two wires here are for rear camera power, front camera power. We've got our ground. The main point is everything is nice and wired up here or labeled, so we're not going to be. We're going to really have to screw up major to make a mistake. Is what I was trying to say. So we'll put that there so you can watch the progress. Alright, so we got one side of the harness done. I think. That one looks a little funny. I might have to redo this one because it looks like the metal part just screws all the way up here, so I might have to redo that. Let's see. I don't know. I don't like the way that one looks. But anyways, so for me, I just need 12 of these. 12 of the connectors. So I'll go ahead and take the rest of these and probably fold them over, tape them off for future reference and use perhaps. These little silicone covers are kind of cool. So, but yeah, reverse input and parking brace input and input. Yeah, I'm curious where those will wire up for the DVD player. Because that's the only way you can use it, I think. But we read the instructions. Alright, so it took a little while, but I made a mess. This little cap worked good to keep all the shavings together. Alright, so there we go. So we've got steering wheel control left over. We've got front camera left over. We have rear camera left over. We have remote output. And I think that's kind of like for an antenna. We got, remote output could be, let's see. Remote output could be what? Because that's a car harness. So that could be like power antenna, or then the remote output could be like for a sub. So that might be something that's interesting to do sometime. Then we got the reverse output. Then we got the parking brake. And so those are what is left over that we did not use. And then we got these two blue ones here too that are from the harness. But we don't have anything going to those just yet. So, yeah, antenna output, remote output. So yeah, two on this harness, the blue, and then two here that are not going to anything at the moment. So, I think we're basically ready to just go plug that in, plug the stereo in, hold it, and see what it sounds like. Let's go do it. I bet we'll get the radio to work. Yeah. Alright, so we got that plugged in. There's tuner. There we go, that makes it a little easier.
The Bible
in the villages of Ocala.
91.1 WHYC HD1 Palm Coast.
91.7 WDOZ.
Alright, so that's all we need to do is plug in the antenna. Duh. Alright. We got that figured out now. Alright, so we can unplug that and figure out our mounting. Okay? Okay. Very good. I think we need a new battery too. Alright, so we are working on the housing So we've got our pieces here, and the stereo itself came with this little trim plate, which we remove so that this one will go over the top like so. So we're actually using our instructions. And there's these various tabs that you may or may not use. And in essence, you'll take both of these parts like so. And from what the instructions say, kind of like slide it up in here, and then snap it in together like so. And then snap the other one in on this side, which requires a little bit of trimming. So I'm still working on that, but then basically it'll fit over, and there's this weird tab here that has to be trimmed. But once that's done, it'll fit over like so, once it's trimmed correctly. And then you'll have your tabs to line up for this. So I think what it looks like is that we're going to remove those two tabs for that to fit. It's kind of what it's looking like. Yeah, I think that's going to be right. Or it might be, let's see, it might be these we use. Yep, I think it's going to be these back here, in which case I don't think we have to remove any because we just run that straight through there. So, but it looks like as it lines up, because this one's a little bit deeper. There we go. Yeah, so I think we're going to end up using these two posts right here. So I just got to finish some fine tuning or trimming, and we'll go from there. All right, so we've got that all together. See, we got our different screw levels there, so kind of get it nice and centered. Everything's together. It looks sharp. Pretty good fit and finish. I like it. I like it. So now we can run the supplied screws. The stereo itself came with its own little sliders, but this is going to work out much better. It might have, yeah, it might have worked with the stock ones, but it's just going to fit better, and it'll be a lot trimmer doing that. So let me grab a screwdriver here. But yeah, one of these stereos is not necessary for life, but it does make life a little bit easier for lots of driving. So it'll be good to have, and I thought it was a good deal to compare. So, and having the bigger screen will be helpful. So touch screen's kind of fun. I didn't want to get a double den for a while anyway, so I was going to try to do a conversion on the Suburban, being a single den since it's older. But so I got this instead, so that works good. Let's put one right here. Okie dokie. We'll put one little caddy corner right over here. Yeah, but a good setup, I think. Yep. Slide. Oh, get in there. Yeah, this is some. I like doing this. It's a little different, not quite as messy and easy to do too. It really is. So I enjoy good audio, good music, good podcasts. So just be able to cast it right over from the either live stream. Well, not live stream, but you know what I mean. Run Bluetooth audio. It makes life easier. Podcasts, music, YouTube, etc. for longer trips. But yeah, this is just gonna be helpful. Alright, well, next time you'll see it, it'll be assembling in the car. Alright, so we'll just try sliding in here. Looks like I got a few more tabs to remove, yeah. I think those back ones are going to be fine, but this lower tab here, this piece right here, I think is in the way. I should have looked at that closer. Because this tab will sink in right here, but this one on that side needs to be removed. I should have looked at that, because we could have just taken this hole as a piece and slid it in here without having to now basically disassemble it or have to saw these off. So, oh well, live and learn, hopefully. Alright, so ready for install. Just had to take a couple of tabs off of here, and it worked out good. So we'll stick this back where it belongs and plug it in here. Okay, and then we'll slide the harness in there. I'm going to grab some tape real quick and just tape those extra wires together. Be back. Alright, that gives us plenty of light without being obnoxious. We'll just tape up these exposed wires just in case. Nothing may happen, but this way we'll be sure. Alright, what else? Yeah, it's gonna be handy having this. Alright. Let's tape all these up together here. There we go. Nice. All that, so. Alright. So, we'll slide this in. So we kind of got to fold the harness over. And then let's stick you over here. So we'll kind of dip this down. Put our antenna in. Still a little bit of a squeeze. There we go. But I think we're gonna grab it. Ah, there we go. Whee! It's a good fit. Nice. So then we'll just slide in our screws. So we need to get those top ones first. This one's a little bit, that one's a little bit off there. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, let me work on that and I'll get back to you. Alright, well there's the finished product. It looks pretty sharp, doesn't it? I like. Alrighty, so we need to set the clock so we can go in through over here. You can set your wallpaper, so go into settings, and then clock. And then over here, so it's 11:59. Probably by the time we get done setting that, it'll be 12. Let's see. Yep, so basically just 12. There we go. So then you've got your settings for audio, tuner, there's audio settings. Startup volume, tuner level, streaming level. So there's a bunch of adjustments we can make there. So there's tuner region, America auto preset, local distance, stereo, etc. So there's general, camera. That's mainly obviously for your front and rear cameras. Don't have that. Clock. So yeah, there we go. So let's go to home here. And back, and let's see if we can set up the stream. Alright, so we got this. Alright, let's see what we can do. So we got Bluetooth, and we need to scan. Oh, there it is. Cool. Nice. Preparing. Enter pairing, so usually 0, 0, 0, 0. Yay, connected for calls and audio. So we go. We got Dave. There we go. Automatically playing. So we got. Well, it was playing. I think that one. That's the one. Let's see which playing. Got Dave Ramsey on.
Just what we had coming in, where it was
Yay.
going, and talking about it together. That was having our monthly budget meetings. That was certainly key.
That's kind of nice too, having what's playing.
For myself, the really big thing that happened was just a paradigm shift when it came to debt.
So cool. That's exactly what I wanted to be able to do. And then just switch from. We want to go back to the radio real quick. We go there, and then. Dook. So yeah, just gotta be ready for the volume adjustment. So far, big win. Thanks for Crutchfield for that. And yeah, it looks sharp. It looks sharp. All right, now to some more other projects.